Good afternoon, all of you. In last lecture, I have discussed the spoilage and the different types of spoilage. Today, we will see the next point of our syllabus, that is factors affecting on the microbial spoilage of pharmaceutical products. Yes, today we will see the next point of our syllabus, that is the factors affecting on the microbial spoilage of pharmaceutical products. Generally, the question asked in examination likewise explain the various factors affecting on the microbial spoilage of pharmaceutical products. The physical and chemical status of any pharmaceutical formulation influence the type as well as extent of pharmaceutical spoilage considerably. The type and the extent of microbial spoilage. A specific combination of conditions within the product may favor its degradation by a particular group of its microorganisms. Hence, the microbial spoilage is required to be minimized, which depend upon the factors that are there are different factors that are affecting on the microbial spoilage of pharmaceutical products. There is incorporation of relatively potent antimicrobial agent, usually referred as a preservative. So what is the role of preservative? What is the need of addition of preservative? It increases the shelf life or maintain the stability of any formulation in order to prevent the spoilage of any pharmaceutical products. There are different factors. First, that is size of inoculum, then size and type of inoculum, then nutritional factors, product life, that is shelf life of formulation, then moisture content, then redox potential, next factor that is storage temperature, then next pH, then package design, then protection of microorganism within the pharmaceutical product. These are the few factors which are affecting on the microbial spoilage of any pharmaceutical product. We will see one by one. First, that is type and size of inoculum. With the help of sterilization process, the removal of or the destruction of all viable microorganism in a pharmaceutical preparation is carried out, and its maintenance in a sterile condition, which reduce the risk of contamination. As you know, as I said earlier, so what is sterilization and what is sterile? Then the very low level of contaminant which do not grow in the product, very low level of contaminant which do not grow in the product would be expected to cause low rate of deterioration, while every high level introduced via ingredient during processing or by the user could yield appreciable attack even without proliferation. Then the lag period before rapid growth ensures can often be a considerably in a product with initially very low level of microorganism and decreases the contaminant load increases. The inoculum size alone is not always a reliable indicator of spoilage potential. For example, a very low level of aggressive pseudomonas species in a weakly preserved solution may suggest a greater risk than the tablet containing fairly high number of fungal and the bacterial spores. The isolation of particular microbe from a spoiled product does not necessarily mean that it was the initiator of the attack. Then next, that is nutritional factor. The gross microbial spoilage of a pharmaceutical product usually require what? The significant growth of contaminating microorganism in any pharmaceutical product. Then the simple nutritional requirement of microbes, for example carbon, inorganic salt, nitrogen, and a metabolic adaptability of microorganism, it allows them to utilize the many formulation component as substrate for the biosynthesis as well as growth. Then, like in crude vegetable or the animal products, it provides what? It provides the supplementary nutrition environment to spoilage microorganism. Then demineralized water produced by an ion exchanger containing what? The sufficient quantity of or the sufficient nutrient which allows the growth of gram negative bacteria including Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Then the acute pathogens, it requires specific growth factor which are often absent in the pharmaceutical formulation, so they do not multiply but remain viable and the infective for a appreciable time. Then next factor, that is product life or the shelf life. The shelf life of any pharmaceutical formulation is important factor for the determination of or the determining the degree of microbial spoilage which might be occur. Then heat sterilized parenteral solution when used for prolonged storage which contain the very low level of viable microbes, but the damaged bacteria might be unable marked multiplication and the pyrogen release to transform a relatively innocuous preparations into a potentially lethal one. Next factor, that is moisture content or the water activity. The microorganism require readily accessible water in appreciable quantity for their growth. It means what? The microorganism require some quantity of water for their growth. Some solute rich medicines such as syrup appear to be a wet microbial growth in them. Very difficult since the microbes have to be compete for water molecule with the large number of sugar and the other molecules of formulation which also interact with the water via hydrogen bonding. Then the aqueous formulations made up of high concentration of sugar or the PEG, that is polyethylene glycol, or by drying increases the resistance toward microbial attack. Then an estimate of the proportion of uncomplex water in a formulation available to equilibrate with any microbial contaminants and the facilitate growth can be obtained by the measure 1 gram its water activity, that is AW. Then most microbial growth is found best in dilute solution, that is higher water activity with the exception of halophilic bacteria, and as a solute concentration rises, that is lower water activity, growth rate declines until a minimal or the growth inhibitor is reached. Then the limiting AW, that is water activity values, are the order of gram negative rods. Then that it is 0.95. Then staphylococci, micrococci and lactobacilli, it is 0.9, and in most yeast it is 0.88. But in some exceptional results have been also reported, such as syrup fermenting osmotolerant yeast were found to spoil product with water activity level of 0.73. And some filamentous fungi can grow at even lower values with Aspergillus glucose, it is 0.61. Then often hygroscopic medicine, then tablets, capsule, powder require suitable packaging to prevent for prevention of reabsorption of water and the consequent microbial growth. Then some tablet film coating are now available which greatly reduce water vapor uptake during the storage. Then this might contribute increased microbial stability during the storage in particularly humid climate. Although suitable fall strip packaging may be more effective, but also it is more expensive. The water produced by microorganism metabolically can raise the localized water activity level in a closed container, which leads to spore germination. The next factor, that is redox potential. The spoilage microbial growth requires suitable terminal electrons acceptor for their respiratory pathway. Respiratory pathway for normal functions, which influenced by its oxidation reduction balance. Then the oxidation reduction balance of pharmaceutical formulation is determined by its oxygen content and its other ingredients. A relatively low redox potential, aerobic, then facultative microorganism can replicate very slowly. So the spoilage can be prevented by the complete removal of oxygen, but not applicable for pharmaceutical preparations. Then the anaerobic condition can be generated by the use of oxygen absorbers in food package to reduce oxygen level, which ultimately reduces the chances of food spoilage. Then storage temperature. Next factor, that is storage temperature. The spoilage of pharmaceutical products commonly occur in the range of 20 to 60, or it is 10 to 60 degrees Celsius. Below 20 and above 80 degrees Celsius, minus 20 to 60 degrees Celsius, or the 10 to 60 degrees Celsius. Below 20 degrees Celsius and above 80, the growth, that is the prevent pyrogen production, then production of gram-negative bacteria, and the spoilage is minimal. Then reconstituted syrup and the multi-dose eye drop packs are stored at 8 to 12 degrees Celsius in order to reduce a risk of growth introduced during use. The next factor, that is pH. Extreme of pH prevent the microbial attack and need neutral pH, and at neutral pH the bacterial spoilage is high level. Then above pH 8. It is alkaline or basic, for example with soap based emulsion, that is magnesium hydroxide or the aluminum hydroxide gel, and low pH, that is 3 to 4 level. The acidic, for example fruit juice or the flavored syrup, but mold or yeast attack is common due to the yeast can metabolize organic acid and raise the pH where the secondary bacterial growth can occur. For example, mold is able to grow in a solution contains what the dilute hydrochloric acid. Then protein degradation in acidic formulations can raise the pH by favored decarboxylase activity, or the lower the pH in slightly alkaline formulations by favored deaminase activity. Next factor, that is package design or the packaging design. The less risk on spoilage in case of unit dosage pack as compared to multi-dose containers. Yes, I am repeating here, the less risk on spoilage in case of unit dosage packs as compared to multi-dose containers. The risk of contamination occur during use of pharmaceutical preparation like multi-dose injection by a nurses or medical staff. Then cap liners of cork or the cardboard easily absorb the moisture, which causes the microbial growth. Then certain plastic packaging material cause the spoilage due to the penetration of moisture vapor and the oxygen. Then next, wide mouth ointment and cream jars allow the ready entry of contaminants and also the nutrients via cup and fingers. Then self-sealing rubber wards must be used in order to prevent the microbial entry into a multi-dose injection containers following the puncture by a hypodermic needle. Next factor, that is production of microorganism within the pharmaceutical product. The survival of microorganism in a particular environment is influenced by the presence of various relatively inert materials. Then microbes can be more resistant to heat or the desiccation in the presence of some polymers such as starch, acacia, or the gelatin. Then there are some evidences in which the certain proteins, then suspending agent and the low concentration of surfactants, for example polysorbate or the macrogols, are involved in increased resistance of certain microorganisms to phenolics and the other preservatives. The next, the absorption of microorganism on suspended particles, for example kaolin, magnesium trisilicate, or the aluminum hydroxide gel, increases their life. The formulation pH will influences the sensitivity of many microorganisms towards the preservative. So this is all about the factors which are affecting on the microbial spoilage of pharmaceutical product.